Listen serious.
Lars and Li Chaoblan tracking Jin through New York City using his electronic chess cheating device notices his arch nemesis Kazuya Mishima in a helicopter. He does the only sane thing by wall riding like fucking Dante from Devil May Cry and yeeting his motorcycle at a helicopter in a populated city center. Domestic terrorism. Next, we beat Kazuya's ass multiple times. Ignore the shit gameplay, I don't know how to play Jin. Anyway, we beat his ass and then we get cutscene bombed by the UN. And Kazuya flips the script, beats our ass a couple times, and then we fight him with eyeball lasers. After eyeball lasers, we Devil Jin, and he's Devil Kazuya, and we beat his ass again because that's what we do. But Kazuya beats our ass in the cutscene, which I didn't get to defend myself. Kazuya declares, everybody's gonna fight with hands and fists now, no more guns. And Jin gets picked up by Lars back in his supersonic jet plane for the Avengers. Meets Lars, had a little sparring match, and notices he cannot get rock hard anymore with the Devil Gene. So he enters Kazuya's fighting tournament and meets Reina, who is just like brand new, shiny bullshit Heihachi. Beats her ass, and she's like, ah ha ha, we're so cool lol. Anyway, with her purple bullshit, kick her ass. Kick the shit out of Hwarang, because he decides he wants to just jump the fence and be like, ah, back to back lol. You beat his ass, and then you're back on the jet plane, and you meet Leo, and Leo is there to just be like, this is my father, he's Indiana Jones with his cowboy hat, and then challenges you to a fight for some fucking reason, and you're just like, yeah, I'll spar you or something, and you beat their ass. I don't know what gender they are. And then they're like, yes, your fists are confident. And then they explain you why he can't get his devil gene working and where it came from. So Azazel, I think he was Tekken 5 or something, he's like the big bad devil, and then he like dishes out little devil genes to everybody. And Kazuya's got them, and you got them. But what ends up happening is they say, oh, your devil genes power bullshit is not working. So they basically just tell Jin he doesn't have the drive, he doesn't have the power, he doesn't stay humble, he doesn't devour, he doesn't put in the work, he doesn't put in the hours to take what's ours. So we see Raven and Victor talking, and we get the cool Tekken 5 scene with Raven. Then we have a quick jump to chapter 5 of the Colosseum, which is very on the nose. We spot the main character in the crowd. They're talking about bullshit, doesn't really matter. Hwarang turns up because he's a boy toy. Then we're into a tournament style, so you get to choose who you're playing as, so Steve or King, and then you have Paul and Kuma, and then you have Shaheen and Dragunov, and Brian and Yoshimitsu, and then you see, what's her name, Lili and Azucena, the T-girls that are fighting off, and you get to choose whoever. And then it's Leroy and Jin, you get the main character, and Leroy's just like, show me your confidence and your heart bullshit. So you kick his ass, which is exactly what he expected. And then you unlock your devil power bullshit because you believe in your heart. And then Lars commits domestic terrorism as they rush into the Colosseum. And the whole gang is here, so Zafina's in the Colosseum as well to back up Jin, but she's got like Azazel's devil hand in her hand, so Kazuya like steals her like bean flicking powers from her crystal glove and then throws her down to earth, and she nearly gets splattered, but she dies anyway on the ground like an anime protagonist. And then Kazuya summons Azazel and then just beats his ass like constantly, and absorbs his power and turns into like Super Saiyan 3 Kazuya, all deviled up and shit. And then the Avengers assemble while Jin escapes. They do a slow walk montage, but just immediately stop like, we're gonna 7v1 you. And then Kazuya just like wipes the floor with them while Claudio does some exorcist bullshit. Everybody has to buy time, so you get to play as Reina versus Devil Kazuya, and you know, you just figure out all the controls, whatever. This is sort of the tutorial area. And you bought time, and then you get laser beamed, and Claudio shoots like a giant arrow of cleansing bollocks at Kazuya because he's trapped in some magi bullshit. But he misses because Kazuya breaks free. And then he does like the limp wrist and like backsways the arrow into Kazuya's asshole. But not before Kazuya absolutely like blasts Claudio in the face with a laser beam. And then he flies away, and then he's, oh, I'm too injured. And then he's having like heart palpitations on his chair, and then you cut to everybody having a strategy meeting on Lee's like super flying yacht, and they say, oh, Jin's gotta go find his bloodline powers, and so they fly to where Jin got his training with his mum in some giant ass tree. Ogre killed his whole bloodline because for some reason he's in there having a spar with Xiao Yu. You kick her ass and then you go pass out inside the tree because you're having an aneurysm. As Jin passes out in the tree, Jack 7s just like swarm the shit out of Xiao Yu and you just kick all their asses in. Then Jin is in the upside down. He's experiencing super hallucination in like, I don't know where the fuck this is, some dust shithole. And then he's in there for a while, but we cut to chapter 10, which is the giant war. So you're in there and everybody has their cool little motorbikes, doing a cool motorbike scene, and you meet your Avenger team, which is like all the good guys, I suppose. And Kuma, of course, is in there. And then everybody has their own motorbike. I don't think Kuma has his own motorbike. No, he's just standing there. This is the part where it begins to be a, like, Devil Within game mode, Operation Rebellion. And you just play as a whole bunch of characters just kicking the shit out of, like, AI things. And when you're in, like, Heat Drive, you can do your Heat Smash just, like, infinitely. So you're just spamming it. And you play as Lars, Lee, Raven, and then you're playing as 1v1, I think, with Azucena, the Brazilian coffee chick, and she just bullshits. Like, she says, I'm on the G-Corp side with Kazuya because branding reasons, and he literally turned into the devil and blew up New York City and just told everyone, hey, you're all competing to like rewrite the world order. I don't know what the fuck she's thinking here. She needs to be put down like a dumb dog. Anyway, you beat the crap out of her as Leo, and then she's like, aha, I guess we can be friends as well because you're from Germany and you like coffee or something. Then you'll Paul, and you get to see Paul and Law fight because Law is like poor as shit, and he said, oh, you need to give me your money, lol. And then Paul didn't win any money, so I don't know what the fuck's going on. And Kuma goes to like beat the shit out of Paul. I don't know where this came from, but he gets missiled like in the ass cheek. So, whatever, bro. Anyway, now you're back to the Tekken Devil Within mode, Shaheen, King, and then the game crashes for me, but you get to play Steve. And then it's a 1v1 between Victor and Dragunov. And Victor's just like overpowered as fuck. Anyway, then you're Leroy versus Fang. Beat their ass. Then you're playing as Reina versus Nina. Beat their ass. Then you're playing as Elisa versus Jack 8, I think it is? No. I think it's Jack 7, and then Jack 8 comes in and like flexes on her. Anyway, Kazuya spots everybody having a fight on the battlefield and just orbital strikes them with his like chest beam, and then Reina just decides she wants to die by like laser beam. Kazuya spots Jin through his chest cheating device and flies over to the tree that he's passed out in. Lars is already there though, and then Xiao Yu gets like dive bombed by Kazuya. You beat the shit out of Devil Kazuya with Lars. Lars is like defending himself, beating the shit out of Kazuya, but then he gets lasered and Kazuya sees him as Heihachi, and then we're back in the Shadow Realm with Jin, who's like fighting his inner demons, and he's tripping shit, and then he's just like, we must fight for control over the Jin body, so you just beat up Devil Jin like 6 times, and each of them is getting like more and more, oh, he's accepting himself, he's becoming the one, and it's all like Neo bullshit. And then you're best friends with Devil Jin, and he turns into sand, and you get Prince of Persia powers. And then you come out of your hibernation and save Lars from his final laser beam as Devil Jin, and then you fight Kazuya again, but then he does a Goku Spirit Bomb and he's gonna destroy Jin's face, but he blocks it with the power of friendship. And his mother shows him a really cool scene where she has a bird and she's trained it to turn into a flower, and then she gives Jin the flower and he turns into just a swagged out motherfucker, golden wings. Next he deflects a spirit bomb and it's just like, you're a bitch, Kazuya. And then they fight each other in the face, but the spirit bomb landed in the ocean and blew up a volcano, and the volcano sent like a rock into the sky, and Jin and Kazuya are like pinned to this rock as it's flying through the air into the stratosphere. And on the way back down, they're like, oh shit, gravity is good, let's bash each other's faces in again. So now you're just straight up fighting on a fucking asteroid, and it's just the sickest thing you've ever done. And Angel Jin's combos are like tight as fuck and look dope. So you're just mashing faces again, and Kazuya's doing quick time events and unblockable 80% damage combos on the start of a round, which is just totally legit. Then Jin recognizes that he's not going to win without like doing something crazy, so he straight up sacrifices his little angel boy powers to cleanse Kazuya's devil boy powers. And then they fucking ride this meteor back down onto the island where Jin had his like epileptic seizure in the tree. And now it's just them fighting on like this smoldering rock face overlooking the ocean that's just going absolutely berserk in the background. It's fucking tidal waves and ships and shit. And then they're just fly kicking each other with lightning and then tornadoes and crap everywhere. And Jin gets all of his like absolutely sick old combos. Not old combos. His old moves from like Tekken 3, and he starts like borrowing moves from his sister Asuka and his mum Jun. So he's like embracing the power of family and friendship and shit. But Kazuya still beats your ass because half of his moves are like armored moves that parry your shit and punch your face in anyway. So anyway, you beat the shit out of Kazuya like 12 times because he just keeps coming back and like cutscene blasting you. And at the end of the game, Kazuya finally falls over, gets punched in the chin, and a tornado rolls over the area, and Jin just sort of like fades to black as he's standing overlooking the fucking sunset like some cowboy. And he's just like, I will use this power to protect my friends, bro. And then the final cutscene is Reina turning into a devil as well, and Kazuya has like someone looking or standing over him right at the end as well. So
destruction, I Our destiny is my connection now. A feeling in my soul. It's beyond the reach of most mere mortals. Take a stand. So remember, no surrender.